We talk about cars a lot, the bills, the specs, the looks, the sound. But um, a lot of people don't see cars as just machines. They mean so much more to people than just being machines.
Absolutely.
They're the memories we have, the time spent with family. It's a way to learn. It's a way that people feel accepted, and it's a community that we feel like we belong in. And so, in today's podcast, you'll hear the building, the stories, and we'll get to hear another story on today's podcast. I'm gonna get the floor to our guests, and then we can get started.
Perfect.
Why are they doing that? Okay. Um, you can tell them about yourself and a little bit about you.
Well, I'm Jherra. I am 22 years old. I live in Colorado Springs. Um, I just actually moved here a couple years ago. I'm originally from Grand Junction, which is about 5 hours away on the Colorado-Utah border. Smaller town, so there was never really a huge car scene over there. So definitely moving over here, having a lot more fun going up to Denver and whatnot. Other than cars and car meets, I work at a dealership. And I just, kinda go back and forth between those 2 things, just working car meets, basically.
Yeah, that's dope. I think Max, one dude who came onto the podcast, also worked at a car dealership.
Yeah, I love it, I think it's fun.
Is that for you?
It's definitely a really good point, especially male-dominated industries, as well cars is also male-dominated, so I have a
Hmm.
pretty interesting perspective for all of it.
Sure. So we'll get right into it. As a kid, you always get the cars, the folders with cars on it, right? If you could
Yeah.
take us back, if you could take us back, what made those stand out to you?
So I would be just basically walking through the store, my mom would be taking me back to school shopping, would be a Walmart. Getting the list, and she's like, "Well, you need to get your your 4 core folders for math, science, ELA, and whatnot." And I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "You need to have 4 different colors." I'm like, "Cool." So there's, like, the red and the green and the blue and the yellow, and I'm looking, and they have, like, cars that, like, match them too, and I'm like, "Oh, well, this Camaro right here that's red could definitely go for, like, my math class because all they said was red folder. They didn't say it couldn't have anything on it, and it had, like, paint behind it. I was in, like,
Mhm.
1st or 2nd grade probably. So I'm like, "I like that one. That one's cool. It has paint," and, they had correlating ones for each color that I wanted to, so I was like, I need that. Let me get that." And that was basically I got those when I was younger because I thought they looked cool, and I was like, I'm standing out from everyone else, because 'cause I'm thinking that no one else was gonna have them.
Okay. So you have a pretty solid background when it comes to cars in general. So you grew up around motorsports. What did that kind of environment give you?
Yeah, absolutely. My dad was a huge, huge gearhead. Um, Trucks, cars, we had snowmobiles, we had trikes, we had dirt bikes. I remember, he got me my own little mini bike, a little pit bike when I was in 4th grade because we lived on about 2 acres of land, and we get suited up, and I just
Okay.
ride it cruising around town or cruising around the backyard, and there was one time he was like it was snowing, he was like, "Man, just, like, send it, like, come on, you rarely do anything," and I'm like, "You know what? Let's do it." I got my helmet on, it's snowing, and I'm throttling it through the yard, and I got whiskey throttle, and I ran right into a fence.
Oh,
And he was like, "Man, you messed it up, now you gotta be the one to fix it, like, come on now, walk it back to the garage, we're gonna fix this up." And basically, that was, like, my first taste of, like, "Oh, like, I'm on my own on this, like, we're going fast." And then from that, we moved on to the snowmobiles, when I was early middle school, I had my own snowmobile, my dad got me one. He made sure I knew
okay.
how to work on, like, if it needed something that wasn't huge, that I could fix that, and he just made sure that I was safe about it, and we would go on top of the mountain and take it was my mom, my dad, and my grandpa, and my uncle, and we all had our snowmobiles, we'd go up top the mountain, spend 10 hours probably up there just cruising around on the lake, on the frozen lake, and going up the mountains and riding. It was definitely really fun.
Okay, so Give us your best experience you have growing up.
Mm, there's one that instantly comes to mind. Um, there was one time we went snowmobiling. I was maybe 12, and I was just with my dad, my grandpa, and my uncle, just us going out there. It was frozen lake, we're all having fun, speeding, going crazy, and my dad's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take a break, like, you go do what you wanna do, like, just go where I can see you." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm cruising around and I spot, like, this little creek, and I'm like, "Oh, there's a cool creek right there, but it's kinda close to the lake," and I'm, like, getting close to it, looking at it, and I see it start to, like, crack, but, like, not, like, bad, but it's,
Mhm.
like, also covered with, like, 2, 3, 4 feet of snow on top of that. You I was looking at it and I start to dip, and once you dip, you have to, like, go or else you're gonna get stuck, and then he's gonna have to come all the way down to come get me. So I
Oh,
saw it and
damn.
I was starting to, like, tip backwards a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I gotta go, man," and I literally full throttled it, and I'm, like, whiskey tail up like this. The skis on the front are literally at a high angle, and I'm sitting there through the whole thing, and I see my dad, he's like, "Yeah, get it," and it was so funny. I pulled up, I was like, "Oh my god, did you see that?"
Hey, that is the best influence.
It was hilarious. It was such a fun time. That's literally, like, one of my core memories.
Hey, that was the best influence too.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Good and
that's
bad.
great. Oh, that's crazy work. So, um, basically, you grew up around that first with snowmobiling, and then I heard you also gone to dirt bikes as well, right?
Yeah. We
Okay,
definitely had
so
a couple different dirt bikes around and trikes and whatnot, four-wheelers.
so how did you sway from snowmobiles and dirt bikes into cars?
So I wanna say the first one would have been my mom had a I believe it was a 2001 Mach 1 Mustang, and she, like, fell in love with that thing, and it was I mean, I was, like, 3rd, 4th grade, but for me, it was fast, and I was like, "Mom, hit the gas," and, like, she would, like, be like, "Okay," and then we'd come home, and my dad would be like, let's go to the store real quick," and I'm like, "I wanna go for taking the Mustang, like, let's go." And then my mom ended up trading because my dad always had a truck, but my mom ended up trading in that, the Mustang for a Chrysler 300 with the Hemi, the rear-wheel drive.
Mhm.
And there's one time she was like, "Hey, can you go, like, start my car real quick? Like, it's cold outside and I need my car warmed up because I gotta go." And I went and I started it and I'm sitting there and I'm like, "I think I'm gonna hit the gas a little bit." Like, it's in park, but I'm like, "What does this do?" And I hit the gas. My mom came out there, she was like, "What are you doing in my car?" I'm like, "It's cold start," and I'm, like, sitting there revving the car in the garage. I had no idea. It was so funny. But basically, like, my mom always had the car, and then my dad had the truck, but my mom, I fear the most important vehicle that she had, or the one that stuck with me the most, was probably she had a Infiniti G37 coupe that was a
Nice.
manual car.
Okay, even better.
Yeah, so she had that, I remember when she got that, and I'm like, "Mom, pick me up from school in the red car. Pick me up in the red car." Like, I don't wanna be picked up in the truck anymore, like but definitely she was more the car person. My dad was more of the power sports person because my mom was also a huge influence for that. She used to tell me about all the cars she had back in the day, like, she had, like, a older RX-7.
Mhm.
She had that, and she had, a couple other different cars. She had a Fox Body Mustang, and, like, she would just tell me stories about, oh, she was driving from LA to San Diego with her friends, and they were, like, cutting up on the highways trying to get places in their cars and stuff, so she was definitely the one who put me more into cars.
Okay, that's dope. Most
Oh,
stories you hear is the dad that put somebody into cars, not the mom. So
yeah.
That's different. That's dope though.
It was definitely a fun time.
Oh, but it definitely sounds like it too though. So, um, did your mom or dad get you into like working on cars, or was it both?
That was more my dad because my mom would be like, "I'm gonna need you to fix this for me," like, and my dad would be like, "Okay." The first car we ever really worked on would be it was, I can't remember the year, it was middle school for me, but it was a
Okay,
older Audi all-road, but it had the 2.7 in it, and my dad had bought it for, like, a couple $100 or something. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna flip this
okay,
car." And he got it, and I was like I fell in love. I'm like, "You're not flipping this, like, this is mine. Like, I know I'm not gonna be driving for, like, 5 years, but, like, this is mine." It had, like, an exhaust on it too, and I was like, "Dude, yeah."
okay.
Like, "Give it to me." And we were fixing, like, I'm pretty sure it was the airbags suspension in there, and this is where the my dad's hate for German cars comes in because he couldn't figure it out, and he's like, "We're getting rid of this. I can't fix this." Because back then
The journeyman.
yeah, I love my German cars, but he is like, back then, there was no Chris Fix. There was no, "Oh, let me chat GPT, let me Google this really quick." Back
Hmm.
then, it was like, "Oh, you had to find, like, the manual and actually really, like, look this up
Yeah,
how to
dig.
do it." And he was like, "I hate German cars. I will never work on one ever again," and he sold that.
Germans get a lot of hate when it comes to fixing it. They get, and I can't sit and say nothing because boy, my car is a headache. My
Yeah,
car is a
mine are
headache.
not fun to work on.
Mm-mm. My car is a headache. Man, I love it, but it is a headache, like for sure a headache. I mean,
Oh,
but
yeah.
German cars are real nice though. So I gotta give them credit for what nice. I think so. I had the car I have now. I had two of them.
Okay.
It was my first car, but then the transmission broke on it. So I took it back to the dealership that I got it from. I ended up getting a 535. It was a '09 535 twin
Okay.
turbo. And then after that, I got like a Ford Escape for like 2 weeks. And I had another BMW, but that one's a 325. And then
Nice.
eventually I got back into the car that my first car was a '08 Mercedes 550, CLS 550.
Okay.
2008 was my first car. I'll say I had it for a week. Went went to complete shit. I mean,
No.
just went down. Yeah, it just went down. The first week I had it, it was real nice, but then it went to just complete shit. So I got the
Uh,
BMW, and I got another BMW. Then when I got the money back, I got my first car back because I loved that car. So I kind of got stuck, not really stuck, but like my first two cars was a BMW and a Mercedes.
Yeah,
So now for me, when it's like when I'm looking for a car, I instantly go back to what I know, which is either a BMW or Mercedes. So I love and
absolutely.
hate my German. Like I love and hate them, but for me, that was just for me. It was all I know was either BMW or Mercedes because that's what I had first. So now it's like I'm
Yeah,
stuck with either or.
absolutely. No, I totally feel that one. Because the same thing, I started out that first Audi I fell in love with, and then I
Hmm.
went another direction, and somehow, some way, this many years later, I'm back and I'm in love with the early 2000s Audis, like
So do you like the older cars or do you like the newer cars?
See, I like the new cars, but they're just too much technology for me. It's too many things I can break. I don't like doing anything electrical. I fear like I would just get rid of it. So I like the older cars because I'm like I feel like 2000s rich. Like if I had these cars back in the day, like this would like OG pimp status type. Like
Big time, big time.
I love being 2000s rich.
I stand I still thinking for me a older car.
I love them. They last a lot longer.
Yeah, my Mercedes right now is at 250,000 miles on it,
Nice.
and I'm gonna keep pushing it until it. I mean, when the engine does go out, I'll probably just get a new engine for it. I'm not letting that car go. I can't.
Real,
Yeah,
real.
I can't. I can't let it go. Like my family be like, "Yeah, you think it's time for a new car?" My family and friends just be like, just sell it and get something else." And I'm just like, "No, like I can't. I cannot let that car." I mean, granted, it is way more cars out there for me to go and try to get or experience, but until fully build that car, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that.
I'm stuck on that car. But so, would you say your first project car was that Audi?
I would say, yeah, I would say that's the first one I ever actually worked on and did more than cosmetic work done on it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is all topic, right? But I've been seeing it a lot in the car scene today, right? So do you think there's a difference in well, everybody got their own opinion about it, right? But I feel like the way the car scene is going in today's car scene way, you have the built cars, which I could say with a T. So it's like built. And then you
Yeah.
got the bills. You got the a bill with a D. Just your take on that real quick. How do you feel about that? When people say, "Oh, I have a nice bill," versus somebody car who's built.
See, that's where I come in on liking, like, a couple different things, cause there can be, like, the built card like, the Fox bodies that go to the street drags that "Oh, that is for that." Like,
Mhm.
that has some 1,200 horsepower. That's what that was made for. And then you have the other one, which is like, okay, like, I like my Audi A5, but I'm just gonna wide body it and lower it, and I think it looks good. I'm not using it for speed. I'm pretty sure a lot of people I like fast cars, I like slow cars, I like everything. And like I said, everyone can really have their own opinion on what they like and what they don't. I'm sure I
Mhm.
have things that I don't like that other people would absolutely love.
Agreed.
But I totally get some people that like, "Oh, I have my twin turbo Lambo versus, oh, I have my Kia Stinger." Like, I totally get that.
Big time. And then I ask because you have some people who, not even some people, it's from where the car scene came from. When you say you have when you say you have a built car, it means that, you put work on it. You put work on the cosmetics, but you also put work into the engine bay.
Yeah,
A lot of work. Like it's far from stock as stock can be, right? That's like with a lot of newcomers in the car scene when they go around to people about their build. To them, is oh, I lowered it, cambered it, and I put a wrap on it. So you have people in the car scene disagreeing because they're like, oh well, that's not a build. Like a build is when you do something to the engine, or is when you basically when the engine is modified and the car itself is modified. That's a build.
yeah,
But I just feel you look at the car scene today, there's a good handful of people that's not in it for the speed part of it. They just
absolutely.
want to have them a nice build where it's just mainly cost. I mean, it's some work done to the engine, but not enough to be like, okay, well, I'm pushing 500, 800 horsepower. It's just it could be a intake, a tune, pipes, which is the same thing. But like that's what they look at as a build. And I just feel like if you just sit back and look at it, the car scene has opened up a new lane for itself. And I feel like that lane is for the people that just want to build their car
Yeah,
cosmetic wise and leave it at that. I feel like that's a big part of today's car scene. So I feel like a lot of people don't really like accept that at all because they grew up in the age where it's just like, well, if the car isn't built through the engine, then it's not built.
yeah. No, I definitely get that, and I think that's where we see a lot of other different types of builds coming in as well. Like me, my cars are not built. My cars are like OEM plus, like throw a tune on their cold air intake. Like I'm not to the point where I'm throwing a big turbo and pushing 17 PSI to my stock block. Like, I'm not there yet. I like OEM plus. So that's where I like seeing, oh, I go to this car meet and, oh, these people, they're the ones who go street racing. They're the ones who have the fast cars. These people have the cars that are only for looks. These people have, like, there's the people who like the takeovers, even though absolutely horrible, don't support that, but there's still those people. There's people who do this, there's people who do that. Like, there's people who just like Honda Civics from 2011 completely mint bone stock, and they're over there too. Like, I feel like everyone kinda has their own thing, but I also get where they're coming from where no one's building anymore. But also, economically, I don't think a lot of people are in a position where they can afford to be spending
Yeah.
$300 on a intake right now. Like, so I think that also plays a huge part in it as well. Because I know there's a ton of people who would love to do anything and everything to their car, but they don't have the thousands of dollars to throw at it currently.
Respectfully, and you can say that back in the day, it was a lot easier to afford your hobbies. It was a lot easier to afford anything you want. But today's market is is
Absolutely.
horrible.
No, I feel because I was just looking at a new clutch. I just was like, "Oh, I think I wanna go up to, like, a stage 1 clutch, so when I'm ready to start doing some upgrades, I'll already be
Mhm.
having my clutch ready for that." And it's my stage 1 clutch kit is, like, $700 for an A4, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, ouch."
What was that? Yeah, because then I'm trying to tune my car, and I've been having no luck. I think the cheapest tune I found is like 1,800, and that's just for a stage 1.
Yeah, and it sucks really much on the older cars too. Like, even on our S4 that we have, it's tuned, and that one tune, just the motor tune, not even the transmission tune, was $1,000 on, with the discount on there as well. I think it was a Black Friday discount, and it was still
Damn.
$1,000 just for that. The transmission tune is gonna be another $800, but
Mhm. I just say this much, it's like cars is I love cars, but once you get into the modern side of cars and you see the price tag for some of this stuff, it's just like,
yeah.
I stick with I just keep my car stock, but I mod it in every other angle that I can mod it at.
Right, I'll do the small stuff here and like, I have for my B5, I have, some coilovers and some suspension parts sitting in the other room right there, like, ready to go. I'm like, "Okay, well, whenever I have time to get this done, I have it ready," but I'm more of like a OEM plus, versus, like I said, throwing a big turbo on it or swapping the motor.
Now, eventually, I plan to swap my motor with with the AMG supercharged engine.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
a
I think
goal. That's
my
a goal I
buddy
do have.
had an E-Class. It was a older E-Class that had the AMG supercharged on it, and he was in love with that thing, and I was like, "Let me drive it," and he was like, "No," and I was like, "Okay." But, literally all of his other cars he let me drive, his S7, his 4Runners, his S4, he let me drive it, but that AMG was his baby. He was like, "You can drive
Mm.
anything else besides this one."
That's like my car ain't the fastest. I think it come with like 385 horsepower max. Yeah, 385. But the way it feels though, so I can only imagine the AMG because I think the AMG get like 200 more horsepower. Actually, it does. It's like in the range of like a 5. So
Yeah.
I know if that 350 that 385 feel like that, I'm pretty sure that AMG feel like a fucking rocket.
Right, right?
Like a fucking rocket. Cause I love my car. Like I say, it's not the fastest, but I mean, I can still beat the newest model I beat, and, you can probably say, "Oh, well, it's just it's a boat." I raced, 2016 RT,
Okay.
walked it,
Nice.
walked it.
I can't relate. I have, like, 200 horsepower, and, like, at the light, like, the Prius next to me is gone, and I'm like I'm like, "Let's go."
So even though I do have an older car, it still can keep up with a lot of new cars. That's one reason why I wanna keep it, 'cause it
Yeah.
done it surprised me with a lot of different cars. Speaking of cars that we own though, you say you had a few before you got to the car you have now, you went through a Lexus. Tell me your experience about the Lexus.
Oh, yeah, I definitely that was my first car that I actually bought for myself was a '06 Lexus GS 350. It was black. It had 100,000 miles on it, and I bought it for $5,000, and I was happy. That is a steal. You could never see that nowadays. That car would be worth, like, 10 grand right now, okay?
It is.
And I
It
pi
definitely is.
and I gave him 5 grand cash, and he was like, "Deal, here's the title, done." I fell in love with that car. It had touchscreen, it had a sunroof in it, in an
Hmm.
'06. I was flabbergasted. It had, like, electric seats too, and, like, phone call Bluetooth. I was like, "This is the
I had
future."
all that?
Like yeah, I was, like, in an '06, like, "This is insane." Like, it was a total
Most
fishbowl,
definitely.
no tint, like and it had heated and cooled seats too, and I was like, yeah, I loved it. That was my baby, and I basically drove her until the wheels fell off. I remember because I wanted to do so many things that car. I'm, like, Googling I'm, like, "wide body kits," annual swap, like, just Googling, like, stuff
Mhm.
that I could do. I was 16, 17 looking this up, like, fresh, really into it, and there was one time for my birthday, I was at work, and my mom was like, "I need to come pick up your car because I'm gonna go get your oil change done." And I was like, "Okay, well, just make sure to have it back by X time because I'll be off work and I need, like, to drive home." And so she comes and she picks it up, and it's, like, 2 days before my birthday, so I'm not expecting anything. And a couple minute like, maybe an hour or 2 hours later, I get a phone call, and it's my man, and he's like, "Hey, come outside." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, I'm like, "I'm at work, but okay." And I go outside and I see my car, and I'm like, "Why are you here?" And I see my mom, and I'm like, "Why are both of you guys here?" Like, I worked at Subway at the time. I'm like, "Man, I got sandwiches to make. What are y'all doing in the parking lot of my work?" And my man starts the car, and I'm like, "That is not my car. What is that noise?" And he revs it, and they had gotten the car straight piped for me. And I fell down in the parking lot and started sobbing. I was like, "Oh my god, it sounds so cool. I'm in love." And it's just like a NA V6, so it just sounds like a VQ. And it was so funny because in that moment, I was like, "Oh my god, you guys are the best." Like, I love this so much. I'm in love with it. And I literally was like I went inside and I'm like, "I'm leaving, like, bye. I'm out of here." And I got in my car and I'm like revving it. I don't think I'm big pimp. I'm like hitting the gas. I'm like, "Oh my god." And I'm like, "I'll see y'all later." And I put it in sport mode and I'm like, and taking off out of there. And I was a terror to Grand Junction, let me tell you. They hated me after that. Every red light, I'm flooring my little V6. At like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was I was literally terrorizing the entire town. Pulling up to
Can
the car meets
definitely
every
I think that was the thing. So, Imma be very honest. When I first seen that, the, the, CLS, I was like, "Okay," it's not a bad car, like, it's actually a smooth car, like, I like it. I
Yeah,
didn't know I didn't know it was a V8 because anytime so at that point in life, I knew about Mercedes, but you all know about, like I knew about the E-Class, the S-Class, and the C-Class. I didn't know they had a, CLS. So I'm at dealership, and the dude is like, "Well, the car you wanted already sold." He was like, "But I have this." And I was like, "You know what?" I'm like, "It's nice, like, it's not bad though, like, it's a nice car." But he turned it on. And I was just like I'm like, "Hold on." So then he revved it, and I was like, bro, "Nah," I'm like, let me test drive it." And I test drove it, and I was just like, "Okay, yeah." Okay, yeah, now hold on. But the when I first got it, it only had a muffler and resonator delete. So I got lucky. When I bought it the second time, the dude did the same thing. He took off the resonator and the muffler. So I didn't have to. So I'm like, well, perfect. It sounds just like I had it the first time. But now that I paid it off and I paid cash for it, I paid when I got the second one, I paid 4 grand for it cash. I think like 2 months later, I went and got it fully straight pipe.
Nice.
Oh, after that, I was just horrible. My my gas stayed going out. I was just flying everywhere. If I could be a dick somewhere in traffic, I was. Like my foot was to the pedal. Like anytime, if I was the first car at a red light, oh, I'm taking off.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
I'm taking off. Mm-hmm.
Sport mode and
Pedal to the.
everything, paddle shifters,
Mm-hmm.
like, ah.
And then when I actually learned how to, because I'm actually like I never got to experience like a true manual. Well, my friend had one, so I've been in one, but I never actually drove one. So when I learned how to drive on the little paddle shifters, I'm like, okay, well, it's not really that hard. You gotta you gotta just know your car like gear ratios. But when I
Yeah.
learned it, it sounds so much better in manual. Then I only drove it in manual, and I became after that point I was like, yes, up. It's up. It's louder in manual and it's faster. Yeah, I'm straight.
Me
Yeah, y'all
like,
done.
this me.
I'm like, y'all done fucked up now. Like, just big time. To real,
Yeah.
I used to drive the fuck out of that thing. I
You're
still got it,
right.
but like, it won't start right now. So I gotta figure out the starting problem right now. It dead ass won't start right now. So,
Real, I feel that.
hmm and I tried. I got one. I got a piece. I got to put onto it to see if that started. I'm praying it do start it. Then I got my car back. If it don't start, then I gotta go back. It's back to the drawing boards.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I got one that works and one that doesn't, so
So it's back to a drawing board. But let's see. So you had a good variety of cars, right?
yeah, definitely from Ford Focuses to early 2000s Range Rovers, early 2000s Audis. I'm all over the place, honestly.
So how did each car shape your style on how you build your cars today?
I would say I went when I had my Lexuses, I was all about sound. I'm like, "Okay, I just
Okay.
want my cars to sound great." With my '06 GS, it had the straight pipe, and then with my 14 IS 250, that one had an NVIDIA exhaust on it. I was also a terror with that as well. They hated me. So with those, I was like, "Oh, I just want it to sound loud. It needs to be as loud as it can go. I'm trying to piss people off and wake the neighbors up." Like, I thought I had a 5.0 Mustang with how loud I wanted my cars to be. 'Cause I'm sitting there going to the car meets, I'm like, "Y'all wanna hear it?" They're sick of me. And I just with the Lexus, I was like, "The sound," and then I was like I would take them for, like, road trips, and I'm like, why can't the music go up louder than the exhaust? Like, I'm hearing this constant drone in the background, and I'm like, "What is
Mm,
that?" And so, basically, from when I had my first Lexus is when my man had his S4. So he's had this car the entire time, all the way we still
okay.
have it right now. And so his car, he was doing, like, a really good OEM plus. Like, he put an exhaust on there that still had full mufflers, resonators, and everything, so it's cats. So it's not droney, but it sounds really, really good, and he is tuned and lowered on coilovers, just like some basic OEM plus stuff. But his car is like I always thought of it as the blueprint. I'm like, "Okay, well, when we go to places, people like your cars." Like, we pull up to the dealership and his car, sales guys run out. We would pull up in my 2014 Lexus and they're, like, not even coming out there, and I'm like, "Okay, so for me, like, you're my blueprint. Like, I want my car to sound good and to be fast like how yours is." Because his car has, like I think it makes 420 crank probably. Um, so I'm like, "Well, your car is the blueprint." So and my Lexuses that are NA aren't gonna get me there unless I turbocharge them or supercharge them, which is gonna be hella expensive. So I'm like, "Okay, well, like, let's X-nay off the Lexuses and let me try out an Audi." And so didn't have the Lexus anymore. I went Facebook Marketplace, I'm just cruising, I'm just like, I just want
Mhm.
something cheap and something that's not NA. So I find this 2001 A4 that's a 5-speed in Denver. Denver's about 45 minutes from me. And I'm like, I like this. And she's selling it for like $2,000. I hit her up, I'm like, $1,000, take it or leave it. And she's like, come and get it. I'm like, and at this point, I haven't driven manual in years. It's been a long time because my friend taught me when I was 15. And ever since that time, I had never driven it again. And so I tell my man, I'm like, "Hey, let's go get in your car and go to Denver real quick. I gotta go do something." And he's like, "What are we going to go do in Denver?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it." And I'm like giving him directions to like just this shopping center, this King Supers in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, "What are we doing here?" Like, "Okay, surprise, I'm buying this car." Like, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "It's literally dark outside, like, it's a Saturday," and I'm like, "Yeah, like, it's this Audi, just watch, it's pulling up, it's pulling up, this girl's really cool, okay?" And the car pulls up, and she gets out, we're talking, and she's like, "The only thing is there's probably something going on with the transmission, but it still runs and drives, and it needs a new power steering pump, so it doesn't have power steering." And I'm like, "I can live with that, that's fine. I just a little yank it a little a little bit harder when I'm driving." And so I'm like, "Okay, babe, you need to go drive this, make sure it drives well, because you're the one who drives manual a lot, and I don't. So you go drive this so I don't look bad." And he drives it, he likes it. And so I'm like, $1,000? And she's like, "Let's do it." And she hands me the title. I'm like, "Here's your money." And so she dips, and I'm like, "Okay, well, it's 8 p.m. I have this car that I just bought. No insurance, no tags, no registration, and I'm 45 minutes away from home." So, of course, the best thing to be would, do exactly what I did and go to a car meet in Denver and go show my friends my new car that I just bought. And literally, so my man's like, "Well, I'm not driving it. You just bought this car. This is your car now. I'm not driving it. You can go drive it to the car meet." And I'm like, "Me? I don't know how to drive it." And he's like, "Get in the car and just follow me." And I'm like, "Okay, bet." And I just hop in the car and I take off, and that's how I knew the car was for me. I did not stall basically all night. I think I stalled one time all night, and it was pulling into the car meet, which was so embarrassing. Just in front of everyone. The first time I stalled this car is in front of everyone, and I'm like, I'm literally, like, about to jump off a bridge. Somebody help. Like, what's going on? And I'm, like, embarrassed, so I call my man. I'm like, "Babe, park the car and come drive this for me." Like, "This is bad. I can't get it to go." And we take it to the car meet, and I'm, like, showing my friends, I'm like, "Look, I just bought this." And we, like, hang out at the car meet for a little bit, and then they're like, "Okay," 'cause they do, some Mexico time over there. They do some racing and whatnot in Mexico, and so I'm like, "Okay, well, this car is barely running, so we're not going over there." This we're like, "We're taking this back home," so we're driving it the 45 minutes or whatever back to the Springs. My man drives it back because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to, like, I'm just gonna take your car, you can take mine, like, we're all good here." And we make it back into the Springs, and so, obviously, like I said, I work at a dealership, and in Colorado, all dealerships are closed every single Sunday. It's a law. So, the next day being Sunday, my man's like, "Okay, now I'm gonna go teach you how to drive your car so you can drive your car." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess." He's taking me on hills, and I'm like, "No, I'm gonna roll backwards into this person." He's like,
Mm.
"Well, there you go. You don't have insurance because it's Sunday, and you don't have plates because it's Sunday. The DMV's closed, so you better not roll into that person." And I'm like, "You're stressing me out." I didn't hit anybody.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, I was like, "Dang, I just gotta do this, like, I can't mess up now." But I ended
Mm-mm.
up getting it figured out, and I loved that car for I still have it, but, about 2 weeks later, The whole transmission just, like, literally exploded, so that's been a work in progress. We got a new transmission in there, but it's the wrong transmission, so
Oh, damn.
it's on the back burner right now. So it runs, it drives, just doesn't have, like, a 4th gear, like, and the flywheel's, like, not working out very well, but that was my first experience with my German car actually on the road, lasted a whole 2 weeks, but I still have her, and she's beautiful, and I love her.
I wanted an Audi. My friend Rome got an Audi. He got a, he got an S5. And one thing I can
Nice.
say is Audi, yeah, it's really smooth. It's it's really smooth. I always wanted an Audi, but I just never, I never got one. Like
Yeah.
I had a chance to, but I chose the car that I have now over it because, like I said, that was like my like first. That's my first car that I had, and I didn't get to build it the way I wanted to. So I was like, I have to get it back. So
Yeah.
then I went and got it back. But I think soon to like in the future, I am gonna get me an Audi. It's a lot of cars I want to get like going forward that I'll make it. I'm having a huge
Absolutely.
garage.
Absolutely. No, I love my Audis. Like, his S4 is so smooth. We took it to Texas, a 17-hour drive, and we
Mm.
took it and we were hypothetically cruising at over 100 miles an hour just on the way because there's nothing there, there's nothing in the road, there's nobody around, just nothingness. So, like, we're just, like, trying to get through it, and I was, like, just chilling on my phone. I'm like, "Oh, 115, cool. I thought we were going 60." I'm like, "I don't even know we're going that fast yet." Like, "What's going on here?" They're
And
definitely really, really smooth, though.
that's one thing about my car. I can't say even though it's a '08. Like when she's like fully fixed, I'm like nothing wrong with her. I say my first drive on the highway, the first time I took it like on a road trip was to West Palm Beach. We traveled at nighttime because it's better to travel at night because there's nobody on the road.
Yeah.
And I got the music going, and I'm just cruising. Forgot like because it's like a 3 hour drive. For the first hour, I didn't check my speedometer. I didn't check nothing. I just changed the song and just keep going. But by the time I look down at my speed, I'm like, oh shit. Been telling me this whole time I've been going that fast this whole time. I said, yeah. We're gonna take my foot off the pedal. I was cruising at like 120 like the entire time. Like, I did not notice it.
Oh, yeah, you're like, "God is on my
I felt
side."
like I was going like 80.
You're like, "I'm so
It
glad there
was
wasn't a
that
cop right
time.
there."
Yeah, thank God. Like when I tell you I was not checking my speed at all. Like I got up to like 80. At first I was on 80. And I'm like, okay, start playing music. Everybody fell asleep in the car. So now I'm just vibing up the music. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going 80, so I'm fine. I didn't check, I didn't let down. I'm just cruising. And then a truck came by me. The truck see me pass by. And then I guess he tried to catch up. Not try. He actually caught up and he looked at me. And I was down. I was like, oh shit, I'm doing like 120 right now. I was like, let me slow down.
You're like, "What is
But
this
then the
guy doing?"
truck blew the horn. All right. So then like he blew his horn, he took off. Now I'm like, okay, nah. I ain't gonna beat no truck. So then me and the truck
Oh.
started yeah, so me and the truck started racing. I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, I love my car. I think by the time I took my foot off the pedal, I got up to like 155. And I was like, yeah,
Nice.
let me get off.
You're like, "Wait, what
Let
kinda
me get
truck is that?
off. And
Why
then
is this
after
truck
that,
doing that?"
truck, yeah. And then right after that truck came, a Trackhawk pulled up.
Ooh.
And I'm like, gang, I ain't got time for you, bro. Not doing it. I am not finna embarrass myself, bro. Not finna do it. I did one pull with him. And after that, I was just like, you get to go, bro. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not, bro. His shit was loud. Like you can tell he had some work done. It was like
Yeah.
real loud. So
That's
I
one
do want
thing
to
I
ask you.
don't I don't race in my A4s. I'll if I'm driving the S4, his car, I'm like, "Babe, this guy's trying to race me. Can I race it?" He's like, "Yeah, go for it." So I'm like, "Let's go." I'm hearing the supercharger. I'm like, "Yeah." But in my cars, the only thing I'm racing is to not run out of oil. I'm just trying to get
So, in your opinion, what do you think is better, the turbocharger or the supercharger?
Ooh, I personally like both of them a lot. I love the sound of the supercharger. 'Cause it's just
Me
and
too.
the instant power you get with the supercharger, but there's something about listening to the turbocharger hit boost, and you're like, you can just hear the air flowing, and I'm like, "Yeah." But I've never been in a like, fast modded turbocharged car. I've been in stock turbocharged cars that are quick, but I've never been in, like, a built car and heard, like, a turbocharger like that, but I have been in ones with superchargers.
Just in my opinion, if she give me any kind of Hellcat, I'd take that supercharger over a turbo any day. But if it's not the Hellcat supercharger, I take a twin turbo.
No, cause you gotta the Audi supercharger is loud. It's like
Is it?
it's up there with the Hellcat. Like, you throw an intake
Okay.
on it, it's up there with the Hell and I know that because I work at Dodge, so I see a lot of I see a lot of Hellcats, I'll be honest with
Mhm.
you, and you compare it to, like, the S4, S5, like, the B8.5s with the 3-liter supercharged,
Okay.
they're pretty they're right up there as for, sound-wise.
Okay. See, I never actually, like, been around a supercharged Audi yet. Like, I hear them, but I have s I heard superchargers from Hellcats in person. Just I haven't really heard an Audi in person yet with a, supercharger. This how no, it's always been in the twin turbos.
Yeah,
Yes,
which they
always
went they
always been
went
in twin
crazy
turbos.
on those too. Yeah, I don't know what they put in those turbos, but god dang.
I could agree, Audi, like, that's why I feel like Audi's slick too is slick underrated.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked what they were doing up until they started changing a lot of stuff this year and last year with getting rid of the A4 and the S4. I didn't think that that was a
Stupid,
super good move on them
stupid.
and that they switched it to the A5,
Not at
S5
all.
Sportbacks. I don't like that. I don't like that they're going more towards EV and the hybrid, which to be fair, some of these hybrid vehicles that they're making can be really quick. Like the Volvo, for
But yeah,
instance, like the S60 that's supercharged, turbocharged, and a hybrid, like that's insane. The people there's people who want hybrids and EVs, and then there's people who want combustible motors. And a lot of people aren't leaning towards EVs anymore. So I think that's a huge thing that a lot of companies are like not going the right way for.
but then, like, if you just a pure enthusiast for cars, a EV just not it.
Yeah.
EV just not it. The car has no soul, no personality, like, no sound. I mean, granted, they quick, but it's just like, where the car at?
Yeah.
What the it's just no fun. I'm not lie to you, it's
Yeah.
just no fun.
Like they're
I don't
they're
think
fast, but
they definitely fast, but it's just like it's boring, like, it's mad boring, like, I don't know, me personally, I could probably never get an EV just based off that, like, it's the car has, like, no personality at all, it's just I don't know.
yeah.
I just
No, I could feel
I just
it.
can't
I
do it.
know quite a few people who have some EVs. But a lot of the people that I know have EVs also have build cars that they work on. So they have like a daily like their EV is their daily because they drive it to work and then they come home and plug it in, and their lease special is like $200 a month. So they barely spend
Yeah.
any money on the car. And they're like, that's the reason why they have it, but they also have like their built car to go with it. But I could not
For sure.
single-handedly only have one vehicle that's an EV. I would probably die.
Mm-mm. I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know. Now, I'll take a hybrid, but I just can't. I just can't do an EV.
I like those hybrid, like the Volvo I was talking about that's
Hmm.
tri-charged,
Yeah,
supercharged and turbocharged.
that's ridiculous.
Insane. By Polestar Engineering, that is
That's
a
ridiculous.
crazy vehicle, and it looks real pretty too.
So, I'm gonna go off topic, not off topic, but switch up the conversation real quick. So, I just want to ask you, how do you feel about the car scene, and how do you feel the car scene is going today?
I think it's different, there is a lot more going on that I would say people are used to, like, I feel like people who there's this is a weird way to put it, but there's, like, the new generation, there's, like, the old gen, and I feel like that
Hmm.
cutoff is, like, kinda right where I'm at, so around, like, the early 20s area, because it is very few people, like, you have to be taught it, like, by your parents, people younger than 18 that know how to drive a manual car or know how to change a tire or anything of that sort. So I feel like with the way that the car scene is going, a lot of people have been like building Teslas. And I've been seeing that recently. I've never it's weird. Like they're putting like wings and stuff and they're drifting Teslas. I saw it and I was like, what is this? Like and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where this is going because I'm like there's so much going on, and I'm like, "This dude's over here doing a takeover in a Model 3." Like, um, but it also
Oh,
sucks because they're
God.
closing all of the racetracks as well. So, honestly, I don't think it's going in a great direction because, like, Bandemere in Denver was around for, like, I believe it was over 100 years or something like that.
Hmm.
And it got closed down and bought out by Copart. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be turned into like a car dump, like a total car like for totaled vehicles because the people who built houses across the way were mad about the sound coming from the racetrack. And then
And I
also
hate that.
PP. It's ridiculous. And PPIR in between the Springs and Pueblo, I'm pretty sure is also closing as well. So there's really not a whole bunch that we can be doing out here. They're like, keep it off the streets. And I'm like, well, you're kind of taking away
What can
like
you take it at?
you're taking it away where we can actually do it. And then you get mad when people want to do it on the highway.
Oh, big time. Did he- So before before, so I just sent you something to your Instagram, right? That's what I have planned for this community. Um, like I say, I'm still working on getting the right pitch to pitch it to some investors. But that's the goal. That's the end goal for this podcast. It's actually to give the car scene a home. So
Absolutely.
um it it'll have its own drag script. Um I'm doing it have its own drag script. It'll have its own drifting pad. Depending on how depending on how I can get it to work and I'm trying to do both the drag script, the drifting pad, and as bitches go on, I'm gonna try to expand it more, but um I'm gonna get I'm gonna try to get the houses put on there. That way people can actually like stay out there. So like if we have an event, instead of going to look for like housing or look for houses or somewhere to stay, you can stay
Yeah.
on the property. Um and then do the big barn area that way like I can do podcasts there or like if we have like a big like event, just invite everybody out and just basically give the Carson a home or at least try to get a Carson a home. That way we can still do the fun stuff. And then we can control the narrative of the car scene because
Absolutely.
I asked about the car scene because you see a lot more the negative than you see the positive side of the car scene. And I feel like that also the car scene still in a good place, but at the same time, it's still not in a good place. You got the takeovers, and then if it's not takeovers, you got I just say it, takeover mindset, where it's oh I'm gonna go to this car meet and do what I want, or I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to this car show and just do what I want. Like you have just that mindset also is killing the car scene, and then like we don't have no control over that.
Yeah, and it ruined
So,
so many good things, like Gatlinburg was
hmm
super unfortunate, ruined H2OI, ruined literally just, like, normal car meets that people have in town, and kids show up drunk, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to randomly drift my mom's Camry in this parking lot and get the cops called." Like, it just ruins it for everyone, it makes everyone look bad.
and it really does, and that's part of the reason why I even made this podcast was to basically show that like everybody in the car scene isn't doing that. Everybody in the car scene isn't about that. And then just to show what the car scene really is, you have to hear from the people in the car scene.
Yeah.
So that's why this podcast came about, and that's why I started. But also, I want to give it a home, give the car scene a home, and give the car people a home. So then, in that tip, we can control who comes in, who don't come in. We can control what happens. We can avoid a lot of things from happening if we do give it a home like that, and then hopefully expand and kind of put something like everywhere where tracks was lost because we are losing a lot of our tracks. And going to a track, whether you driving or you just watching, it's a real fun experience.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a really fun experience, and I don't want the car scene to lose that completely. I mean, I know it won't, but just if we can, the car scene is beautiful. You can make a living off the car scene if you do it the right way. So for the people who are like who are already in the car scene, and, they love it, but you got the new gen coming in, and the people with the mindset of oh well, I don't care where it's going. I just want my clip. I want my little 5 seconds of fame. The
Yeah.
mindsets is really killing the car scene, and I hate to see how people put in a lot of work and it's just killed off in like 10 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah, and it just ruins everything for everyone, especially the people who, like, go out of their way to set up the meets and everything and make sure that everyone has a place to express and have
Hmm.
fun. Maybe that's the one thing they get to do every week that isn't them going to work, and it, like, actually makes them happy because they can meet up with their friends, and they show up and some kid pulls out a gun because him and this other kid are arguing because someone called someone ugly. And now the car meet's getting shot up and, like, people are getting hurt and cars are getting crashed into, like, and it's just ridiculous. It just ruins it for everybody. I've personally been at a car meet where someone's pulled out a gun and started shooting, so I'm like, I don't there's, like, not even a point, like, people don't even wanna go out anymore, like, people are losing interest so quickly, and it's just deteriorating at such a faster pace, and everyone wants it to.
Big time. And it just it you meet some lifelong friends throughout the car scene. You make some really good connections throughout the car scene. And then just watching the car scene, watching everybody have their part in the car scene, watching them grow within the car scene. Like it's a very beautiful experience to see that group of friends like get to go out and do what you love to do. Even if you're not doing it, just watching your peers do it. Truly, if you're a real car enthusiast, that just brings you a sense of joy as well. Cause like you see them doing the same thing you do. You know, they found their group or they fit in perfectly. Everybody gets along. The car scene is beautiful. They have that family bond within that group. So like even like I said, even if that's not your group, you still have to see it because we all like the same thing when it comes to cars, the same passion, the same we all share that same passion for it, that same vision and that
Yeah.
same drive. So it over the past 2 years, the car scene it's been paid in such a bad rep. And then the good people now are targeted for no reason because of what our peers did. So it's just not fair to everybody else who's in the scene for the right reasons to get treated the way they do because of some bad seeds in the car seat.
Absolutely. It's the same thing with the biker community as well. I have a lot of friends who ride bikes, and the the people who wanna post on Instagram doing 200 miles an hour and running from cops and everything also ruin it for those bikers as well. Because now there's people who just like cruising around and they're getting pulled over and da 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 and this and this and this just because the people who, like, get randomly tackled off their bikes, they're like, "Well, usually you people on the bikes, you just run, so that's why
Mhm.
I got you off the ground," like, it's just it's ruining it for
It
every
is.
community, yeah.
And I wanna start actually giving this platform to bikers as well, like, if what bike it's the same thing. We all share literally the same passion, and you have some people who like both cars and bikes, but I just feel like what the way that I'm trying to build this community, I don't want it to be just about cars when you think about it in hindsight, we all share that same passion. Like, it's, cause I want a bike one day. So it'd be good to give the bikes to a spot where they can also come and talk and just, tell their story as well. Because, like I say, and then when you go to these like car meets, you always see a bike. Like anytime I go to Cars and Coffee, you always see bikes out there. So then within the same time, we also still in the same community as bikes
Yeah,
and cars. So I want to give them also the same platform to come on and tell their story too, because you do see a lot of people running from cops. Granted, I'll say as much, and I'm not saying I'm running from the police, but some some videos can be justified. Some cops do go out there where they do way too much,
oh,
where you
yeah,
can just
absolutely.
and the same thing with cars too. You can be literally just you doing the speed limit. You got a loud car, you doing the speed limit, you just out cruising, and the cops come and they just be a total nightmare. So I'm not saying not support it, but there is some few occasions where it's like, well, I can see why they did do what they did. Like if the cop been like that, bro, you know for a fact you getting fucked over because they work for shorts and they wearing every time anyway. So
Yeah,
I'm not saying I support it, but I sometimes understand why it goes that route.
totally, yeah. No, I definitely see it sometimes, like, sometimes it gets the best of us, and sometimes our tags aren't up to date, and, "Oh, I forgot to pay my insurance," like, so I'm just gonna do what I can to avoid like, sometimes, like, I do that, I'm like, "Oh, dang, my tags are expired, let me start taking some back roads over here," like,
Hmm.
I totally get that, yeah.
So with both communities, they both got their good and their bad. But I feel like both communities they always highlight the bad rather than the good side of it. They don't show the good side of it because they want people to see them this one light and that bad light. So that's why I'm hoping with this podcast and this community, we can show why the car scene and the bike scene is important because a lot of people generally love it for what it is. And, everybody got their own opinion on the car scene with how it should be or what it should be. But at the end of the day, we all come out for the same reason. We all here for the same reason. Everybody go have their opinion. I think that's just a good part about life is opinions. But at the end of the day, we all here for the same exact reason, the same exact mindset we all have. We all want to some. Because
I'm
you do got egos too that kind of kill both scenes.
yeah, there's definitely a lot going on both sides, um, so I definitely see how getting, like, the community together and something like that track that you were showing me, that would help out for both. Because I know the cops are the news, people are like, "Oh, these people have loud cars and they're disturbing us while it's nighttime." But they don't show that, "Oh, well, this entire car group just did a Toys for Tots for cancer kids and donated 2,000 toys to the children's hospital." You never see that. But that's
Mm-mm.
something that us in the community see. We're like, "Oh, well,
Yeah,
we're the ones bringing the canned food because they shut down food stamps. So we did the food drive, but you
big
never
time.
see any of that."
Mm. Like, um, we just had actually is a person. It's a woman named Yanni who came on the podcast last month, and she did basically that. She did a tour for tots where she gave to the less fortunate, and she gave to the people who was having a hard time during Christmas. Like she basically put together an entire event just for that. But like we both said, they won't show that. They won't
Yeah.
they won't advertise the good that people do in the car scene. They just wanna show this a bad light and they say we all dicks. But the car scene does a lot for the community, and the communities just don't give us back that same respect as we should get for it. So I am hoping one day, not hoping, one day I will make that dream come true, and not just for Florida where I stay at, but one day I'll make it successful in Florida, then I'll branch out to somewhere else, and we'll just keep building them where we can build them at, and then that way we all have a home. Even if it's not too far away, it's still close enough for you to go out and still get that same experience. So,
Absolutely.
um,
That's the goal right there.
and it'd be lit. Like, just think about it. No, you got just say, for example, you go inside one of these events and like you're a part of a race team, and instead of leaving the area, you can just go back to I don't know if I'm doing cabins yet or like the little pre-built homes, but even still, like instead of leaving the track, you can stay overnight. You can do your documentary at the track. You know, you got your spot where you can stay at that's on the facility. You don't see that nowadays. You don't see that nowhere, to
Yeah.
be honest. So it just benefits everybody. Now you get a better experience from like the people you love watching. They racetrack. You get to see them interfere like this. Respond to like the community yourself. You got the racetrack. You got the drift track. You got the barn. You got the spot where you can stay at. So it just gives you a platform to really grow your platform while you're there.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that'd be huge for the car scene, and I really want to get it done. I really want to
That
get it done
that would be absolutely incredible, and I'm sure it would help out a lot of people as well and make a lot of people feel more secure in what they wanna be interested in.
for sure. So what is it? We have one more segment for tonight, and we talked recently through DMs, and you said that it doesn't really matter if it's a diesel or a bike or a tuned Audi, right? So what is it about bills that keep you hooked into the car scene?
I think it's just what kind of brings everybody together. A lot of times, especially now having social media such a big part of every single person's life, whether you're 80 or you're 5, everyone's really just this all day. But the thing that keeps everyone together is like, in my opinion, the car community, like, the amount of friends I have that do have the diesel trucks, that do have the bikes, that do have the same Audis that I have, and I've met them and correlated with them through social media and made, like, lifelong friends. Like, there's people that I've met from cars on Instagram that I've personally flown out and gone and met them, and they're one of my best friends in the world because we
That's
met
dope.
because of cars, and we'll meet up in different states and then go to, like, these car events just because we met people, and then we meet more people at those car events, and then you follow each other there. So social media, I feel, is a huge thing because I got like I said, I have friends that have big lifted diesel trucks in the South, my friends that have bikes back home, like my friends, I have so many Audi friends across the entire US that I literally could fly anywhere and be like, "Yo, I need some oil, like, let me pull up," and they'd be like, "I got you, bro, swing by," like, all over, and I just think it's like a family, like, everyone is really nice majority of the time,
Hmm.
and everyone is not really super judgmental unless you, like, do something weird. I don't know what you could do weird that would possibly make them not like you, but I think it's just a great thing, like, and everyone like I said, everyone's super helpful. You go over here like, "Hey, dude, like, my tire is fucked, like, can you take me in your truck to the tire shop and help me switch," and they would be like, "Dude, yeah, like, I got you," like, and it's just, like, some random person you've talked to on Instagram, and it's like and I just think it's a super cool thing, and it like, a lot of people have found their family through there, so,
Hmm.
I think that's really helpful, especially, like I said, in the time where no one really goes outside and everyone's on their phones, you find your family through your phones, so
I didn't go speak on something you just said about flying out because this year, going forward, I'm doing something called community days, where I'm trying to put together different meets and in different cities. The first one I might do here, or I might just take it outside of Florida. I'm still trying to figure out like location wise. But I know at the end of the year, I feel like they give everybody enough time. Um, everybody who came on the podcast, I want us all to meet at one spot or just find somewhere in the US to just meet at. And if we can make that possible, everybody who came to the podcast goes and meet up at one spot and just have a big car meet, network, and just hang out. I want to do that once or at the end of the year.
Yeah, no, that sounds super fun, and I feel like that would remind me of something like H2OI, like how that I'm pretty sure if I'm right, like it first started with a group of people who met online and then just started going from there, and more people started showing up and showing up and showing up from there.
Mhm. See,
So I
that's
totally
dope.
get that. No, that sounds really fun. I like that.
And then the what I'm gonna probably start it probably next month, but like once to start off, I'm gonna do like once a day, or every month. Either we get together on Discord or we get together on Twitch and we just hang out and just talk cars like a little fun competition like photo of the month, card of the month, something like that. Just do that once a
Oh,
month on
awesome.
Twitch. So that's something that I'm working on putting together as well. Cause like I say, I don't want this to just be a podcast. I want it to be more of a community because we all share the same passion. And then it's fun meeting new people. Like I told you about the group chat thing, right?
Yeah.
I started one already on Instagram, and I could probably just add you into that one. I'm still trying to figure out the TikTok group chat 'cause I don't want too many everywhere just starting off.
Yeah.
But within a group chat, we've made some really good connections with the first 5 people that I came on the podcast with. I would say meeting them, it it true for like you have oh wow, I think TK is the only female right now in that group chat. Yeah, she is. But like we all come together, we all stay in contact. Uh at Max through Twitch. I watch his Twitches every day. I talk this I try to stay in contact with everybody who come on this podcast because like I say, I don't want it to be like a one done thing where you come to your story, then that's it. No, I don't want to be that way. I want you to come on to the podcast and then I want you to have another family through this community. So that is how I'm trying to structure it. Whenever you come onto this podcast, you're a family to everybody who came onto the podcast as well. And that's how I'm just keep doing it because, like I say, I love the car scene, and more importantly, I love meeting new people and just building that connection and just networking with people because you never know what could happen from this podcast. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that is something that I'm working on, and once I get you in it, just give you more details, keep you updated, stay in contact, and just keep going from there because like I say, this can really become something really big if we make it that way, and I'm hoping that we do.
Absolutely. And it helps to have people in a lot of different states too. So
It does. It does big time. I will say though, I'm doing the first drop ever. And then also to celebrate, we just hit 400 followers on. We just hit 400 followers on Instagram. I want to say it is. It is Instagram. So it's growing pretty fast. I know a lot of people say 400 isn't a lot, but we did 400 in under 3 months. So I'm proud
nice.
of the growth. But you seen it sitting here. This is the shirt.
Oh
This is
yeah.
the first shirt. Yeah, this is the first shirt I'm gonna put out.
I
Like I
like
say,
it. That's
it's limited to only 25 shirts, but this won't be the last shirt I do like this. I have a lot more. I have a lot more in my collection that I'm probably do like more drops of it, but that's the first one, the first of 25. So I'll probably put it out tomorrow. And if you want them,
no.
and I'm not gonna make the price for them super crazy. One, the podcast name ain't that big yet. Two, it's not about the money. I just want people to just feel like they have. I want to create a product that makes you feel like you have something limited in this space. Because to be honest, that design probably ever won't go out again. I mean, it might like
Yeah.
later in life, but for a while, it won't go out. So you get something limited. You get to be a part of like the first drop. So I wanted to feel more about being a part of a community than being a part of a dollar sign. So I'm gonna make it fairly cheap for the first time going forward. But that is something that I'll be putting out tomorrow. I'm gonna ask you two more. Actually, it's 2 more questions, and then we're done for the night. So, do you think bills are misunderstood, or do you think everybody just have their own opinion?
I personally think that everyone does have their own opinion on that. I feel like it could go a lot of different ways that a lot of people think could go.
I can give with that.
I really like I'm sorry, I keep looking back at the track that you sent me, and I my mind is, like, brewing for you, like, I have it on my phone over here, and I'm like, "Yeah, I like that," and you could, like, put, like, some stuff over here for that, and, like so I'm just, like, looking
I
at it thinking
would
of stuff.
I would say this much, if you do have any ideas, shoot them to me. You can just send it between either TikTok or Instagram, but if you do got any ideas, let me know, and I will do my not do my best. I will incorporate the ideas you have into the investment that I do have going forward for it. So if you have any ideas, shoot them. Let me know.
Yeah, that I got you because I know a bunch of people who have very similar hobbies within the community as well, like the RC car racing and the RC car drifting. People are huge into that right now,
I
so,
be
like
I be saying those.
yeah, we used to have a couple of them, so I know that
I be
people
saying
love them,
those.
especially yeah, when I went to Hot Import Nights, they had an indoor section and people were sitting there just drifting around, like, on the inside, and they're just going crazy, and it's actually really cool. I like the little RC cars a lot.
That's dope. Yeah, definitely. If you have any ideas, definitely shoot it. Like I say, once I get my cart up and running, I plan to have the full investment done. Not investment. I plan to have the full business structure done to where I can start reaching out to investors for it. So it's something that I work on legit day in and day out. So input is very much needed. Ideas very much needed because I want everybody to at home when it's due when it's due start, and then I have an idea um in the barn area. I'm gonna do like a big ass wall purely for just the people to come in and sign and just put their touch on the barn area. That way, like you can always say, you know, you a part of something and it's written down.
Yeah.
And it's also I'm trying to just figure out ways to just truly show thanks to everybody who support this podcast and who support the community. So I have other ideas also that I'm still working on because, like I said, I just want y'all to feel and know that y'all welcome here and that y'all have a big part here. Going forward, I just want y'all to know that y'all matter to me and y'all matter to this community. So I'm gonna do my part to show that as it progresses. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, absolutely, and people in the community will have very much respect for you trying to help keep it going and bringing everyone back together and making the community whole again. Because a lot like I was saying, a lot of people are, more online rather than in person, but I feel like definitely getting some stuff like that going brings a lot more people together.
It I feel the same way. And the last question before the final question is, what do you want to see from the car scene going forward?
I personally would like to see people be nicer. I see a lot of kindness a lot of the time, but there's the other half of the time where you see like a girl and she has a Supra, and the first
Mhm.
comment, "OF girl," just because she has a nice car. And that's like 90% of the comments. And she could have one or she couldn't have one. But either way, it's like straight right off the bat, "Oh, daddy's money. Oh, OF girl. Oh, put your boyfriend's car back." Like, and that's mostly directed towards the females, but it's the same thing with guys too. Guys, they, "Oh, this guy wants this instead of a Camaro. This guy sucks." And I'm like, "Bruh, let him enjoy his Volkswagen Beetle that's a TDI. Like, leave him alone."
Yeah, now that you bring it up, that is something that I did want to touch on with you. How has it been for you being a woman in the car scene?
I won't say it's been easy, but I won't say it's been hard. Like I said, I did grow up around a lot of guys. Like my dad was oil field, so all his friends are just manly men and my grandpa. and my uncle and everything grew up with all of them, so I'm more I'm definitely more like the guys side of humor. Like, I also work in a dealership, so I hear, like, some of the nastiest, raunchiest things you could ever hear on the face of the earth, and I find it funny, like,
Yeah.
I don't really take it to heart that much, and I also like, I drive an '07 A4, so people aren't commenting daddy's money on my pictures and stuff. So I don't really have that issue yet. When I
Okay.
get my nice cars, I'll be I'll be getting
Mhm.
that probably, but, um, I really don't have, like, a super big issue because I can clap back, like, "Oh, you wanna put this? Well, you know what? Your mom." Like, oh, I like, that's just, like, my only response, like, because I think it's funny. So I think as for me, it's not as big as it is for other girls that are just trying to get into it, that get judged really bad about not knowing how to do this or not knowing how to do that. Because 'Cause I'll tell you right now, I could not pull a motor if I wanted to. Like like, I like cars, but I promise you I could not rebuild my entire motor right now. Like, if that doesn't make me a car girl, sue me, like, that's just how I am, and, like, people will be judged for that, and then people won't be judged for that. Like, everyone has their own skill set, but like I said, it's not as big as an issue for me as it is for a lot of other girls out there.
Respectfully. And at this point in life, this day and age, it doesn't matter how a person got what they got it. They worked
Amen.
in somewhere fashion. They still worked for it. They still had to do what they had to do to get it. They still went through their struggles to get to where they at in life. It too don't matter what a person does to get it. So I'm pretty sure if a dude could do OnlyFans that same way, they'll be doing it.
Amen.
So that's
And they would sure
that's
as hell be buying nice ass cars with it too, so
mhm. Well, that's just keep it above. If a dude could go do OnlyFans the same way a female could, I'm pretty sure he'd be doing the same thing. And I've learned growing up, um, it's a saying that you treat the janitor with the same respect that you treat the CEO. And I'm
mhm.
not trying to compare girls to janitor. I don't want to get that misconstrued. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter what somebody do in their life. If that's what they want to do in their life, and that's how it supports them, it keep them going, it keep them motivated. Let them be them. Let them be happy. It's their life, not yours. So don't try to judge it. Don't try to pick it apart because you can lose something as fast as you got it. So
Exactly, yeah.
with me, anytime I see a female with a nice car, the first thing I say is, "Shit, hell yeah, props to you, goddamn."
Yeah.
That because I'm gonna keep saying this. Some females build way better cars than men do. I'm gonna keep saying that. Like I've seen females with some nice ass build, so I don't care how you got that build. Goddamn, it's nice.
Alright, like, shit,
Like I,
I'm like,
no,
"Eh."
so when it just off that standpoint, it don't matter how they got it. That truly shouldn't matter because you won't. If like I said, if dudes could be in the same field, they would. And I doubt the last thing they won't. It's somebody judging them off how they got their car. So don't do it to the next person. It truly don't matter how they got it. They still got it. They still love cars the same way you do. They still got the same passion for cars the same way you do. Don't judge them. Welcome.
Yeah,
It's it was never built for just man anyways. It was just that way because of how the world was back then. But the world now is totally different.
exactly,
So
yeah.
I feel like we should definitely give women more credit for being in the car scene because it brings more creativity. It makes it more fun to be around. And it's just overall, it just makes it a better spot to be in when it's men and women, rather than just all dudes. So give females more respect for their bills, how they got in the car scene. We shouldn't judge them, just being honest.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many guys I've met in the car scene that don't know how to drive manual, and they're like, "Wait, your car's manual?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like
Throw that in their face.
right, I'm like,
Definitely throw
"Shit."
that.
See?
Definitely throw that in their face.
Oh, yeah.
The last question for the day is if you could put a message on the billboard for the car scene, what would it be?
I would say probably just keep putting yourself out there, like, you'll find your people. Like, you might think that what you like is niche, and you're the only one who likes it, but you'd be surprised how many other people like it. Like like I was saying at the very beginning of the podcast, like, you might have this '08 Honda Civic completely mint and think you're the only person who likes this, but there's a whole group of people over there who are in love and will fall in love with your vehicle and your car just because it's that. Like the amount of people who like being 2000s rich, the people who like hypercars and supercars and built Subarus, like and Audi groups, and like I feel like just putting yourself out there, you make more friends and it doesn't hurt to just know people. Like you don't even gotta be friends with them. You just got, "Hey, I saw you one time on TikTok. I like your videos." Like, cool, dude. I appreciate you. What's your account so I can follow you
Agreed.
back and maybe we can talk? Like, and I just think putting yourself out there is a big thing, especially in this community. Go to that car meet, get out of the car at the car meet, and just like walk around, look at what other people have, and you never know. You might find something new that you're interested in.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Quick, I would say once you break that shell and you start to put yourself out there more, especially in the car scene, like doors open up everywhere. Like doors open up. It might take a while, but like doors open up everywhere, and you meet more people. You get to know more, do more than this. It gives you a better experience being in a car scene as well. When you just basically, like you said, just opened up and got them more. It definitely gives you a fun experience being in a car scene for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I definitely have seen that firsthand. I've had it happen to me. There was a time I went to a car meet in the Springs and I said, "Hey dude, I like your car." And he was like, "Thank you. Like this is actually like my car group that is hosting." And I'm like, "Oh, sick. Like what is it so I can follow it?" I followed it. He hit me up. He was like, "Hey, do you want to do this merch shoot for my car group?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I went up to Denver. I did the merch shoot. It was super fun. I got to meet all the people with the R8s and the Porsches up there and whatnot, and I made some
Okay.
really good friends that I still talk to this day. Like, it's just about what you said, putting yourself out there. And it started with, "Hey, I like your car." Like, and it tumbleweeded into years of friendships from now.
See, that's dope. And again, that's why I said like you don't you don't get to see that in the car scene. Like and you don't and also like you don't hear about it. So like starting this podcast was to get them stories out there. Like, because we all had our own experience in the car scene and it's like damn like if I could tell somebody about that experience, that'd be dope. So that's why I started this podcast too, was just like just to hear the stories we all been through, basically just go back to a day into our car scene, to the journey of it. Because the last dude, actually the first podcast of the year, uh, his name is Ty, but Ty just got into the car scene. So I'm like, that's dope. That's even better. I'm like, I got to hear your story truly as it's starting. That way we can break him back to the podcast in 6, 7 months and then see where he's at now. And then just keep it going. So it is dope. Like he just got into it. So I'm hoping, with the reach of the podcast, hopefully he can meet more friends, people reach out to him, reach out to other people, and basically from there it just goes up for him. So it is dope though, like that I was able to get his story out there mad early for people to go hear or just keep in and watch. So it is dope. And for him, and like we said, it's opening doors. Like he can meet new people now. So
Yeah,
it,
absolutely.
I'm just excited to see where that goes for him. You too, like I say, like I not try. I will go out my way to make sure I will check on y'all and just make sure that y'all doing fine because like I say, once y'all come on this podcast, it's not just about hearing y'all story also. It's about becoming a family. So I thank you for coming on
Absolutely.
today's podcast. I thank you for giving us your time. I loved your story, loved hearing it. I'm curious if your man want to come on and tell his story.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would 100% love to set that up. And I'm sure he would love to do it as well because definitely has his own story that is 100% different from mine. And then maybe when he wants to tell his, he can go ahead and tell y'all how we met too because it has to do with the car scene. So
Really?
it does.
Actually, send me his profile number. I'm gonna reach out to him.
Perfect. I will go ahead and I could probably do that right now because I have our chat already pulled up.
Yeah, cause that'd be dope. That also too. I'm really excited too because we have a couple coming on together to tell their story together also. So that should also be dope.
That would be getting both perspectives is definitely really sick.
And the first two podcasts was a couple.
Oh,
So
that's
the
so
first
sweet.
podcast, it was dope. Like the first podcast was a girl named TK, and she did her story. Then the second podcast was her boyfriend, and
Okay.
then I recently just bought them back on last. So every five, or I try to do every five guests, right? I bring the five guests back on. It's like a special collab between like all five of us. We all talk at the same time. So we brought them two back on for that one. I'm doing it again. I'm gonna keep doing it. So you will fall in the line of the third, the third, the third set. Um, and if your boyfriend does his soon, husband, I'm sorry,
You're
does
good.
his soon, then y'all two will be in the same group to come back on and do it with the. I might do more than five at one time. Make it make it more fun. But if y'all interested, that's something y'all can do too. Is come back on as a group and do the podcast with the other people who came on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. That
Okay.
there's nothing like networking and making new friends.
No, for real. Definitely. But that's all I have for tonight. If you do have anything you want to get off your chest or get anything you want to say about the car scene or anything, you can.
If it leaks oil, it has oil coming from a German car owner. That's what we need. And Mobile One sponsor me. That's it.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed you coming on to the podcast. Like I say, you're part of the family now. I'm going to get you into the group chat that we have going. And then I'm just honored you came and shared your story. I'm honored you're part of the community now. So going forward, I'm gonna keep you updated with everything that the podcast is coming out with, the new stuff. And I'm just keep you updated because like I said, now you're part of the family. So again, thank you for your time. Now thank you for coming on to the podcast
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. I appreciate your time as well and inviting me on. I actually had such a blast.
I did too. I really did. Like I say, I'm get gonna get to your husband and try to get him on and tell his story. Then try to get y'all back on one day so I can collab just for y'all two. That way we can have that conversation together. Again, thank you for coming on, and I hope you have a great night.
No problem at all. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Oh, most stuff. I'm gonna get to you right after this.
Bye. Okay. I'll talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Again, thank you everybody who came and watched the podcast. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. It means everything. And like I did say, if you missed it, we're doing our first official drop. The first 25. I'm only doing 25 on this limited run. Y'all get a good view of it. It is front and back. But I will put these out probably tomorrow. But I thank y'all for coming on to the podcast. I thank you for your time again. Remember, it's your car, your store. This is our community. Thank you and have a great night.